Okay, so I've got a basic scene with a mesh setup and a few different types of grass. The grass all shares the same texture. And right now, all the grass looks fairly uniform and the different plants. If you want to randomize color, I just want to show you how to do that. So I'm going to open up my hypershade, which is right here. I'll click on that. So I'm going to select my grass texture. Is here. And here it is all mapped out. I'm going to just move this up. So I'm going to focus on the color. If you want to randomize color, there's a fairly easy way to do it with Arnold, whether it's just copies of objects or in MASH. I'm going to select on the Arnold area, and then you can type in jitter, Jittr, and that should give you this node. So I'm going to left click and drag the node in here, or click it, and then I'll slide it over here. And basically I'm going to connect the output color to the input and the out color here into the base color. So what this allows us to do is that we can have kind of a range. And if I just scale this down a bit, we can sort of see in the render. Let's turn on the render for a second. So right now it looks the same. If I, let's say, shift the maximum minimum hue, right, we can have a wild variety of colors. If it's not changing, which I'm just noticing, you have to make sure this is set to object. If you set this to object, now you should start to see, it'll reset these, by the way. So if you switch the colors now, usually I just want a subtle variation, but we can go wild and crazy and stylized. You can also have minimum and maximum saturation, so you can go from very desaturated to heavily saturated. So you can get some very, very fun, wild results. But for something more realistic, I would just bring the hue shift down a little bit, because I might want things to tip a bit more into the green, a deeper green, or maybe a bit more yellow. So we want to keep these kind of in closer to 0, just so we get a little bit more variety. And that can be helpful. You can also have minimum maximum gain, which boosts the brightness of some of these as well. So you can play with some of these settings to get a desired effect on your objects. So this can also apply. I want to show you how that's done here. So again, I've got a very basic setup. So in this case, I just have a simple series of spheres. And they all have just one material. So again, if we click on the checker box, instead of loading, let's say a flat color, or if you wanted just flat color, we can go in here, type in jitter, color jitter. So again, we can go by object, and if we start with a base color, then again, we can randomize these colors. Again, these are just copies. This isn't a MASH setup. So you can have very wildly randomized colors across a wider array. And again, we can have more or less saturation, brighter and dimmer objects as well.